Welcome back to Grit Gym, Grit Live. So Facebook's going to tell everybody about this for a second, and then we're talking about attention and your default pattern. So psychologically, it's Mindset Day, Mindset Monday, let's call it. So you're just always not enough. It's that you're scared that you're not enough. And we're going to get more, it's going to become more clear. What does intention mean? Because there's a lot of this intentional living, and it's really pretty simple, but a lot of people are complicating it to death. You know, you set an intention to live a certain way, but the thing with intention, how would it anyway? That's what we're going to get into. And really, like, what's the problem with the world today? What's stuff happening? Why is all this hate happening? Why are people getting shot? Why social media, the problem, the reason that everybody is having all these things, because social media is the big change over the last 10 years. I mean, I think Twitter came out a year after that. I think Facebook, I think actually came out in 2004. I mean, I was in college, and then YouTube came out. I think Twitter came out the next year. So change. Everyone needs a hug, Jason. Everyone probably does need a hug, and the people who can't accept the hug are probably the people who need the hug, Jason. The social media, like people are getting on me. I'm the problem because I'm social media. Not the problem. Okay, social media is uncovering the problem. Okay, so social media is how it is not the problem. People really are. The problem isn't like politics. The problem isn't Trump. The problem isn't Hillary. Or anyone else. The hate for them is the problem. The hate that you're creating. If I was creating the hate, I don't hate any of it. But the hate that people are creating is the problem. Okay, it's not social media. It's not Trump. It's not Hillary. It's not politics. It's not any scum thing. The hate that you're creating in you, or the hate that somebody is creating, problem. Okay, so it's much more the problems than it is because of politics or because of Hillary, any of that stuff. The haters are cynics, are scared, the anxiety, the anger, the worriers. This is obviously a problem within them. And you can look online. You see why people are. The complainers, they're scared of something. They're worried, they're scared of something. Angry, they're scared of something. These are fears. The I was supposed to be happy post. That's a person who is terrified that they're not. They're scared that their life isn't turning out the way that was. Millennial, Gen X, the greatest problem. It doesn't. You're uncovering and shoving it right in our faces of just how terrified people really are. But how far are willing to go to avoid what's inside of them? And that's something that got to confront that. And that's what Grit Live. We're trying to give a framework for how to challenge and confront. First, you've got to acknowledge the fear, right? Like the fear, like you get scared, you get angry, you get anxious, you get any of these. That's making an error. You have to acknowledge the error. Then you got to learn as much as you possibly can from it, and then you got to move on. So you've got to acknowledge when somebody gets angry, they've got to acknowledge that that's just them getting scared, or anxious, or worried, or any of that stuff, and then deal with it. They can challenge it, they can confront it, but they've got to go internal to do that. They don't. It doesn't help anything to go onto Facebook and say, "Oh my God, my life is blowing to pieces, and I'm really pissed off." Acknowledge it. First, you have to acknowledge it within yourself and deal with it and confront it there. It's an internal problem, not an external solution to that game. But social media is not the problem. Social media is not the problem. It is not it is more in line with the problem, because it's providing acknowledgement. It's showing how fucked up we all really are. And I don't want to be that guy that just hammers on society. Society is the problem. Us as individuals are the problem. The lack of responsibility is the problem. If you take responsibility for your own thoughts, feelings, actions, behaviors, and you are only responsible for those, things tend to go a little bit better. We were at the end, and a lot of the people were talking about online coaching and use and comment posts or their in their books and things like that. There are haters coming in, and they're like, "Oh, these people really piss me off." That's you not like that's these people, the person who got pissed off. That's them not taking the responsibility. If I said that if somebody left me a hater and I was like, that really pisses me off, that's me not for my thoughts, feelings, actions, and behaviors. Because ultimately, the only I have influence over is the person that you're looking at right now. The only person that I have true influence is existing between my ears. Responsibility for that, and I have to maintain responsibility for that. I get mad at something, that's on me, not on that. Okay? If I take something personal, that's on me. If I get worried, that's on me. If I see this with parents where they get so mad at their kid for being out too late, and they go, "Why weren't you home on time? I've been worried, sick." The fear led to the fear to the point where they didn't take their own thoughts. You have to do this, especially if you're just dishing out hater comment. It's self-responsibility. Social media, the point of that was social media isn't the issue. Social media is uncovering a really great thing for us. It's throwing it right in our face just how scared and terrified we really are, and how far we're willing to go to avoid taking responsibility for that. I get mad sometimes. That's an error on me. I get anxious sometimes. That's an error on me. I get worried sometimes. That's an error on my part. It's not the person that I was worried about. It's not the person that I was angry at. And it's not the situation that I got anxious in. That was not on anybody else, and the same thing goes for you too. And that's where we're talking about intention. If you intention, how is it even going to happen? Like, if you want to have a certain amount of responsibility, you want to take ultimate responsibility for your life. You want to be inspired to experience your life, then you're going to have to do so, because it's going to be one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. It really will. It's going to be, but it's kind of like look at learn how to read, learn all the crap that has been put from the news, from your friends, and to convince you to sell you on how versus how to live. So that really got a few years ago. One of the ways that really got shoved into my head how big of a deal intention was it was actually a big deal. I wanted, in I forget what year it was, 2010 picture, and so I wanted to paint this picture. I was avoiding it. The intention to paint a picture, and I put it on a postcard or whatever. Put it on a wall. In that year, I took it down and I threw it away. Year, I found that, and within that stuff away, and I found that, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, I painted this picture 3 months ago before that year was up, but I had completely forgotten about this. If I hadn't set the intent, would I have painted that picture? And the picture, I'm telling this story like all over the place, but so I set the intention with it. I reels 1 month or 1 day, and I put them in. And by that time, I had already thrown this card to the other side of the room, forgotten all about it. And then finally, I'm looking at I wanted to paint this picture, so I pulled to walk by it. So I put it in basically the hall over the top of it, and it made this great big every time that I wanted to get to the office, or wanted to go to the bedroom, or wanted to go downstairs, I had to walk over all this in my inconvenience. But I wanted to paint this picture. And so I had waited on painting that picture for like 10 months. That painting was done. In 1 week, that painting was done. You see Brent in the background around, he's actually lifting weights. But in 1 week, that picture was done. I'd completely forgotten about that goal that I had set, but I had set the intention. And then a few months, I'm like, oh, this, but I did do the picture. If I hadn't, would I have painted the picture? Yeah, I had at some level. This isn't just coincidence. This isn't flu nonsense. It's not like law of attraction or anything like that. It's just logic. It's like you set that you decided to do this, and then you did. If I hadn't set that intention, it wouldn't have happened. So what are you setting your intention to do? What are some intentions that you want to do? You can write this in the comments below, but what are some intentions that you want to do? Because we're already a few months into 2017. We're almost halfway through. We're in May month. There's 6 months will be the half the year mark. So we're almost halfway through the month. What did you want to do? Write it down in the comment section below, but it tags the whole show. You know, I wanted to paint the picture, really wanted to paint the picture, but I wanted the end result, so I had to go through the process, and that process is the hard part. Or Marietta, which one it's not what people say about you that affects you, but what you believe is true. So if someone in social media, but you don't take it personal and get mad, then you taking it like competitive. You know, in a competitive scenario, the goal is that you're going to win. Cost, you're going to win. You're metaphorically going to rip off their head and shit down their throat. And like when I'm in a competitive situation, it's Valentina. Hey, Valentina. I hope you can make it out to the gym sometime. Sometime too. But if you're in a competitive scenario, there's a big difference between, it's basically direct opposites between competitive and cooperative scenarios. So with clients, employees at Gritchen, with family members, with Rage, with all my platonic relationships, those are extremely cooperative relationships. I would not want to manipulate. I would not want to win. I would not want to lose. I would not want to have any of that. It would be very much, this is inefficient. It's just, we're just being together. We like it. In a competitive setting, I'm there to make you wish that you were never born. I want to shit down your throat. I want to tear your life apart. I hope that you are terrified by me meeting that I ruined your God. Like, they're direct opposites. Their mission is mean. It's horrible. It's awful. This is manipulative. This whatever it takes to win. This side is nice and loving and peaceful. It's a totally different deal. You know, the competitive side, sportsmanship, is actually just a way to manipulate the crowd, your opponent, and the official. On this side, you're just trying to be. You just want to be with your friends, cooperative versus competitive. But yeah, it drives focus. You're big people want to be motivated. They want their energy to be really high, so they keep drinking coffee until they're just and their shoulders are up by their ears, and they can't do anything because they were really just not focused. It had nothing to do with motivation. Motivation is, motivation is fluid. I think motivation is just a way that we can confuse ourselves, really. You do not need to be motivated. You need to be focused, and you need to be disciplined. That's entirely the reason why we, in the one life, what you're asking yourself questions. So you're asking yourself, am I going to be all in today, or am I going to be afraid now of this scenario, of this video? Are you going to be all in today, or are you going to be afraid that you're not enough today? Because the default is always one thing out of this video. The default, you will always default to being afraid of not being enough. Focused on not being enough. What you're creating an intention that leads you that direction. So what ends up happening? You end up not being enough. You're trying to do. So you've got to set the intention first thing in the morning. because at least then you're more likely to be all in throughout. Okay? The first thing here is all about setting. Are you going to be all in today, or are you going to be not enough today? Or are you going to be afraid that you're not enough today? Okay, it's one or the other. You're always going to go to afraid of not being enough. You're going to fall back on what everybody has taught you your whole life. Okay, then you set the intention. Will you work hard to improve today? Will you focus on a present priority? And will you be a positive influence? If you are a positive influence, you bring more people into your corner that can help you out, and you help them out. It does help you to help others, okay? If you are a priority, you're going to focus right here, right now on the only thing that you can actually have an influence on. Anything that's going on at my house right now, I have no, there's nothing, like the sink could be running, like the stove could be influence on that about it. I'm right here with you. This is where my focus needs to be, okay? We'll improve today. Okay? Are you going to work hard to work hard? But are you going to work hard on improving, on getting better? Okay? I like to say, if you're not good, learn. It's a very growth mindset sort of thing. You're not going to be the most amazing at anything right off the bat. You got to grow. And the one on this, to set more intentions. You set your goals, your long-term 30-year, 50-year goals, whatever you want out there in the future that are so big and crazy, you just don't even know how you could possibly accomplish them. Okay, then you write down today through being up to these goals. Okay, this gets you focused. This drives focus. This builds an intention forward. Okay, this is like one of the big things. Okay, in default, if you don't do these, you get old patterns. If you do, likely to stay on that focus, more likely to be the book accomplishes what you want to accomplish, you want to live in your life. Intention drives focus, but you have to set the right intention, because everybody has a default intention. Just like there's no such thing as not being focused. Now, I might have misspoke. No such thing as not being focused. Either you're focused on the present priority, on what you call distractions. If I hear there's a clock right up here on the clock, click, tick, 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 tick. Instead of whatever it is that I'm doing right now, I'm not focused on the present priority. Tick, 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 tick. You're always focused. It's just, what are you focused on? Where is your focus? And are you disciplined enough to focus right here, right now? And in order, you got to decide, am I going to be all in, or am I going to be afraid that I'm not enough? These are shirts that we had mirrored here because Facebook and YouTube and Instagram flip the image so that when I look at myself, I don't see what everybody else sees. I see what but the default is that you're afraid that you're not enough. All in can mean a lot of things. So they say, I'm in the zone. I'm all in. I'm in the flow. What's another one? I'm at peace is another one that I hear sometimes. These are all versions of being all in. Okay? Are you all in with you right now? My definition is that I'm present. I'm right with my absolute gut-wrenching best, and that's it. I'm right here, right now, with my absolute gut-wrenching best, and that is enough. Because if your best isn't enough, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Okay? If you're trying to be perfect, you're setting yourself. Because how could you do better than your best? I'm never asking anybody for more than their best, but I'm asking for their best, and your best is more than you can possibly imagine. It's enormous. Your best is more than you can imagine, more than if you can tap into that. Like the last few years of me working on this mindset stuff is me tapping in my best, my absolute best, and I don't even scratching the surface. And this goes in a lot of different ways. Like in my relationships, in business, in training, my own personal training, and in the training of others. You know, like I think there's a lot of different things in here. But what are some of the intentions that you guys are going to set, that you set at the beginning of this year? Put them down in the comment section. What are some of the intentions that you set this year? And what steps accomplish them? And doing something like this. So that in the beginning of the year were the same ones that I've set for the last like 5, 6 years. Am I there yet? No, because mine are so big that they're going to take a while to get to. But I want to get there. And if I don't keep doing this every day and every night, I'm going to have a problem. So that, like, a couple of things upside down. So I set the intention in the morning I write out how I'm going to do it. So I plan out 15 minutes. Throughout the day, I'm setting an intention to stay disciplined to that thing, because I know that if I do that, I'm more likely to win more. If I can win all of these 15s, it's the game. I used to do this when I was playing football. I originally, did pretty well. I did pretty well at football, but I didn't start out doing very well, personally or on any of the teams. Most of the teams that I played on really sucked until I was a junior and senior, and then in college we were pretty good, but lost a lot of games. And so, like, how do you stay interested in football when you're sitting there losing every game? It's a physical sport where you're just getting the shit kicked out of you every single game. Like, how do you do that? Well, I knew that I had me against another guy, and if I could knock him into somebody else, then I could take out 2 guys, and I won in my fair share. I knocked down my guy, and I knocked down another guy. I did more than my fair share. I won that game within the bigger game, right? So the same thing here, only we're taking this, like believe me, I'm not saying football is like life, because football, anybody that says that is full of shit. Life, you would get put in jail for what they do on the football field, because nobody puts on a bunch of pads and slams into each other as hard as they possibly can. That's a game. However, if you consider like won the majority of those plays, I own game within the game, even if the scoreboard. So it's the game within the game. It's not. So it's a different way of judging whether you're doing well or not. But if I win the majority, if I don't do this, I know where I go. I am not a person that you want to let get bored. I want to let get bored. I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to, I want to eat crap. I'm going to, go back to my old habits. This is like, it's an unhealthy place for me. I structure my life so that I'm more likely to win at the things that I intend to do. So I set those intentions, and then at night I go through and I write down what was I successful at, what could I have improved upon, my goals, so that while I sleep, appreciating my subconscious to challenge those things. Okay, come a long way. I was going to get on this video 3-5 years ago. There's no way that I was going to get on this video a year ago. And I had done extreme amounts of point. You can do this too. The reason I'm telling you these stories about me is to give you an idea of that you can do this stuff too. You just have to do it. You have to take the challenge to do it. It's extremely important. And if you don't set the intention to do it, it's never going to get rolling. Write it down on a piece of paper is one day, every morning and every night is a totally different thing. You up your game. I used to write it down on a piece of paper, and I put the Post-it in my pocket. I still do this. So that every time I put my hand in my pocket, I could feel the mind back in this, right? I also, wall and today, or I'm going to be afraid that I'm not enough today. If you come into my house, all over the place, but in certain rooms where there's these posters, they look like this. So, am I going to be all in today, or am I going to be afraid that I'm not enough today? And then if I need to have time figuring something out, I'll go through the map. Okay, and we're going to go through this at some point in a video. In a video, especially when The Cost of Courage comes out, which is the first book that we'll drop, which will be done soon. I am on the last. I have 2 more portions to edit, and then it's done. And editing sounds like a good way to take power away from old habits. It totally is. Like either like conscious, which you don't have control over, is just running the show, and until you become consciously aware of it, then you can challenge it. But even then, it's like you're walking around blindfolded backwards, and maybe that's, and you can't see the rocks and the loss. You just end up tripping. If you start your subconscious becoming aware of you can see the log, you can see the trip over, and you prep that log. At first you don't see the log until it's too late, and then you can catch yourself on the way down. And then you get to the point where as it's happening with it, and eventually you get to where I'm hoping to get to pretty soon. On certain things I think I have, but where you can prepare that this is going to happen. You know that rock's coming up, so you lift up your foot and you step to the top of it. But if you don't set the intention, how are you going to know? How are you going to get there? You have to set the intention to be able to do it, because your default is, I'm afraid I'm not enough. It's just like painting the picture. You gotta go for it, because intention drives your focus, and if you don't set the intention, you can't be disciplined to it. Right? You have to set the intention that you're going to be all in. Set the intention for your schedule. Set the intention for your day. So that, because the most experience possible. It's where it comes down to luck. I was thinking about this last night about succeeding at like people succeeding in Grit Gym, me succeeding in business, me succeeding in life, you guys succeeding in whatever you're going to, however I can help people. I don't think it comes down to luck. I think it comes to strategy and education and believing in you. I don't think it comes down to just dumb luck in the world who just got lucky to be in the right place at the right time. I'm imagining, but I just think that they were just happened to be there. I think on some level, subconsciously or whatever, get themselves there. They won out somehow, some way. They pulled it off. But your health is just one of those things where I don't think you really get the option of not trying to. And to lose fat when you have way too much fat, that's not going to happen. You don't intend to eat healthier. It's not going to happen. You have to set the intention. I got about a minute. Any questions or anything? I know I've been kind of preaching about this the whole time, but if you guys please hit the share button. It helps me out a ton. It helps us out a ton. If nobody knows about this stuff, if nobody sees this video, it's not going to help anybody. I know you guys saw it, so I hope you're all in after this. But if nobody sees it, it can't help it. It is my biggest obstacle right now. So please hit share. Please slap the like button. Send it out to everyone. Share it publicly. And if it helps, write in the comment section how did it help you? That would help me out a ton. But I said that I'd finish these right at 12:30 or right at 1 o'clock. We started at 12:30, right at 1 o'clock. And it looks like I'm going over just a little bit, but 12:30 tomorrow. Tuesday is usually more of a technique strength kind of topic. I just came back from a conference, so I kind of want to talk about like the state and some good things and bad things that are going on with it. But please share out, hit that like button. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. I'm going to sign out, but thanks.